Hi everyone, it's me, Victoria. I wanted to make this video to kind of show you guys how to do an ofrenda or an altar for Dia de los Muertos or Day of the Dead to celebrate the life of your loved ones who have passed on or who've died and be able to celebrate their life. And if you've never done one before, that's okay. You get to start and make it your own tradition. So let's get started here. So, Dia de los Muertos in Spanish, or Day in the Dead in English, a celebration of life. So, I wanted to put this picture here to kind of show you guys. This is an image I found from in Mexico, and you can see here um, very extravagant. Um, Lots of generations of photos here. This is probably a family that has been doing it for a really long time. And I thought it was really beautiful and shows the different ways that people make their altars and the different variations of things that they put on there. And I'm going to go into detail about mine. So this is my altar. I went ahead and set it up at work to show you guys. And it might look a little bit different when I set it up at home. But so here we have pictured my father, my grandparents, two uncles, and my aunt that have died. I have some more pictures that I needed to put up that I didn't have ready for me to bring to the office, but I have a few more pictures. So we'll go and deep dive into a little bit more about what you see here. So supplies. So all you need is pictures of your loved ones who've died, um, a cloth or like a tablecloth of your choice to decorate the table. It doesn't have to be one that's traditional from Latin America. It can be one that your loved one really liked, or something that was special for them, or certain colors, and you can put that over your table. You need candles, and you can use, on mine you can see I have actual candles, but I also have those little battery operated ones, so you get to decide what kind you want to use. You want to have something that your loved one enjoyed to eat or drink. Um, so I didn't set up everything, but usually I'll have some water and some other things. But I only put a few things for this demonstration of an ofrenda. So on my pictures, you probably saw V8. So V8 is something I really love to drink, and it was something my father really loved to drink. Also, I have coffee, a representation of coffee, because that was also something that my grandparents, my great grandmother, my father, and my grandparents, really big coffee drinkers. So that is something that reminds me of them. So marigold flowers, or flor de muertos. So in the other picture, you saw that there's different flowers that may have different representations, but one of the most common one is the marigold one, which is that orange flower, orange yellowish flower. You can use fake or real. Or you could use a flower that was symbolic to your loved one, that maybe they loved tulips or roses. You can go ahead and put that on there too. Incense and pan de muerto, or any sweet breads of your choice, or sweets that you'd like to have. But traditionally, what's used is pan de muerto, and you can buy that at your local panaderia most of the time. If you don't have one, that's okay. No big deal. Choose the one that you really want to use. For example, if I didn't have access to pan de muerto, I'd probably use like a German chocolate cake, because that was a cake that was special for my father and for other family members. So, and then just to remember, you can do this any special way. You don't have to do it the way that mine is shown. This is symbolic to you and your family. Like I didn't put on the supplies papel picada, which is the paper that's cut into shapes, because you don't have to have that. It's fun to make, or you can order it. This year was the first year that I actually have some. I usually don't have it. So it really is whatever is unique to you and your family. And so I just wanted to break down a little bit of the stages here. I had put the cloth, I had put the marigold flowers. This was me kind of staging it in parts. I went and got a Tupperware box, slipped that underneath, and then put the pictures. This is just a two-part so that you can see the close-ups here. And so I am going to go ahead and play this video. Oops. Oh, let's go back here. Let's see if I can actually get it to play. There we go. Hi, it's me, Victoria. I wanted to take some time and show you guys my altar for this presentation. So I'm going to flip the camera so that you can see. So this is my altar. I still have a few pictures that I haven't put up, but I wanted to show you guys a little bit. This is papel picado, which you don't necessarily have to have this. This is the first year I use this. But it's also fun to make with construction paper, which is kind of the same idea as making a snowflake, but you could do different designs rather than a snowflake. So these are marigolds, which is a traditional flower. I used plastic to use them every year. So the idea behind this is the traditional flower. Other flowers are used for Dia de los Muertos, but this is a traditional flower that is used to allow the loved ones who are returning to visit to find the scent of the flower and to the flower color, bright colors, to find their way to their family who's waiting for them. Just some representation of some candles to light the way. This is a cloth. It doesn't have to be a traditional cloth from Mexico. It can be any type of cloth, or maybe a favorite blanket of a loved one. So there's that. This is where I burn the incense that I use. These are some of the items that are from my loved ones. I'll be putting water later, some pictures, presents. So for my family here, I have my grandparents here who have passed away, who have died. My father holding me as a child, or my birth, my father, my great grandmother. I have my uncle, my cousin, my uncle, my other uncle, and then also my tia right here as well, who have all, these are all of my loved ones who've died. I have a few more that I need to add that I haven't, but I wanted you guys to get an idea of what this kind of looks like. Underneath here, I have a box just to show different the level. Some people will put 3-tier and we'll start by generation, the oldest generation to the youngest generation. But yeah, that is my ofrenda. I hope that it's helpful. Okay. So just a little bit of history about Dia de los Muertos. We know that it was originated over several thousand years ago, up to some resources say up to 3,000 years ago. It started collectively from the Aztecs, Toltecs, and the other Nawa people, who had the belief that it was disrespectful to mourn the dead. So instead, it was an opportunity to celebrate their life. And later years, which you can go and research more, I'm not an expert on the history of this, but in later years, the Spanish conquistadors came, and we know the outcome of that. They mixed with the indigenous people that were originally there. And so there are in Dia de los Muertos some religious, as far as like Catholic and other beliefs that were brought from Spain that have integrated. But it was originally was celebrated by our native ancestors that were originally here in Americas. So traditionally it's celebrated it starts November 1st and goes into the November 2nd, but it's really common for families to start the week of October the 30th and start, like, for example, maybe start Monday all the way up leading up to November the 1st and 2nd and have their altars set ahead of time. Or some families keep it super traditional and they start the day of, right? So it's really up to you. I know traditionally speaking, November 1st is the day of the dead for children, to honor them, and then the next day is for the adults and the rest. But again, every family is different. If you ask every family who celebrates Dia de los Muertos, they'll give you a little bit different meaning of what it means for them, different designs, and they celebrate it just a little bit differently. So you get to do that too for your family. So the altars or the ofrendas weren't for worshiping. They were rather they were meant to welcome your loved ones back on your journey. So it's a representation kind of the two worlds, the spirit world and the living world, and those two realms. And so since that journey is long and hard, you have that water. They might be really thirsty when they come to visit, and when they arrive, it's that time to have a meal with them because they're visiting you and you get to spend that time with them. That was the belief. Um, and then having their picture there, and the candles are representation of them finding their way, right? Talking about papel picado, again, it's not something that's used all the time. I mean, it is common to be used, but it's not, and it is important. I know that it represents kind of like the wind and the fragility of life, but again, it's okay if you don't have it. The marigold flowers, their color and their scent is to guide the spirits um, to the altar so they can be with their family. And then just it's a special occasion to celebrate again the life um, of those loved ones and their life, and the loved ones that they've left behind, and a celebration. And it's a time where people are almost like a party. You mean people sit down around, every family is different, tell stories and memories of their loved one, um, and really enjoy that time together. Here are some links. I know that was really short. Something that I forgot to mention was I didn't talk about this, but the copal. So you can use whatever incense you want to use, but the idea is to use incense to allow the spirits, your loved ones, to find. So this is kind of what copal looks like. It's a resin from a tree in Mexico. And back then, it was used during rituals. The Aztecs, uh, in the wild, and those people felt like it was really there. It was so important that they were feeding the gods by burning the uh, the copal. And now today, it's used in many rituals as a cleansing, and it's a way again to guide the spirits. It's really traditionally extremely important for the Latino community who celebrate it in a traditional way. Yeah, but you don't have to have copal. You can use any type of incense. Maybe your loved one liked lavender, and you can do that, or you can not have it. So it's up to you guys. So thank you for watching this. I hope this is helpful, and I can't wait to kind of hear your guys' story or see pictures. If you want to share with me, you can reach out to me of how you celebrated Dia de los Muertos for your loved ones. Thanks so much.